Welcome back to Canon Cinema, everyone. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I am here to review episode 3 of What If, and it keeps getting better. I really think that it's getting better, it's getting darker. This episode is all about the Avengers initiative and Nick Fury not moving forward with bringing the Avengers together. So we kind of see that these Avengers are all dispersed, except for obviously Black Widow and Hawkeye, who are right beside Nick Fury majority of the time. He does have his eyes on everyone, but this one is a bit darker, like I said before, and I really didn't mind the animation either in this episode. It keeps getting better and I'm warming up to the style. It also allows for really cool action scenes, which I love, and in this one in particular we do see a very angry Hulk, which I loved because we don't see enough of him. Don't get me wrong, I know so many people love Bruce Banner and they love the Hulk, but I think that the live action version of the Hulk, the design isn't that strong for him, and I don't really like looking at him too much, and I don't think they understand how powerful the Hulk is, and they don't know what to do with him majority of the time in the MCU. So I really love the animation for the Hulk in this, and I love what they did with it. What I love the most about this episode is that we get a near perfect version of Natasha Romanoff, and personally, they did more for Nat in this one episode than they did in her entire MCU run. Are you kidding? Like, you wrote her this way. The voice actress was really strong as well, but it felt like a different Natasha, where the MCU version of Nat just didn't have the strong writing that she deserved, that she needed. And I think that this version of Natasha was wicked. And I really loved that she was kind of front and center. I love seeing that again, considering, she's dead. So I'm really happy that this version of Natasha exists. This version of Clinton Barton exists. I really enjoyed this one too. We do have some other surprises where we're watching Mjolnir, Jonathan, as Paul Rudd would call him. If you haven't seen that TikTok, please go find it. It's a funny one. I laugh every single time. So we do have that particular scene with, Coulson, everyone watching that hammer on high alert. We have Hawkeye in the sky, and Thor does come down and, to get his hammer, but Nick Fury doesn't want Hawkeye to kill him, obviously, because it's Thor. We want to see what he does with the hammer, but an arrow, a straight arrow, ends up killing Thor. So that was the first strike in this episode. Who is this person killing Thor? Like, why would you do that? Why would Hawkeye do that? So then Hawkeye ends up getting arrested. Then they want to try to recruit Tony Stark, or, go talk to him and see what's happening with the Avengers Initiative and all of that. Black Widow ends up giving him a shot in the neck that is basically fatal. And then Black Widow ends up killing Tony Stark. So that is, it's a pretty weird timeline. You kill Tony Stark, you kill Thor, right? So that's 2 down. Well, who else are they going after? It's just really interesting to see that there was like a dead Avengers Initiative. Nothing was ever going to happen with that. And then people are picking them off one by one. So knowing all this, knowing that Thor is dead, we have Loki. Why I'm wearing the hat by @StefanoBove_art on Instagram. Loki comes down, voiced by the lovely Tom Hiddleston, and I was very happy to hear him, happy to see him. They really just got his character animation to a T, which I absolutely loved. So he comes down, he's like, well, I'm gonna kill all of you. He killed my brother, vengeance, all of that jazz. And then they end up working together to see who the hell killed Thor, killed Hawkeye, and killed Tony Stark. So Black Widow kind of sees who did it, and I love this ending. I thought it was really cool. It was cool who this villain was, because I personally think that Hank Pym, Scott Lang, the entire Ant-Man family do not get the freaking credit for how awesome their suit is, how awesome the Pym particles are. They don't get the credit for how wicked they are. And they're so integral to the MCU. I just feel like people need to appreciate them a bit more. But this Hank Pym storyline as the villain because of Hope Van Dyne's death within S.H.I.E.L.D., because she was working for them, and him trying to seek revenge on the Avengers Initiative because she was a believer in the Avengers Initiative and working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and all of that, I think worked extremely well. And you got to see a version of Hank Pym that we haven't seen before. So again, we're getting so many layers to these characters through different multiverse possibilities, and that's why I'm loving this so much. This third episode was a bit darker. What happens when the ones that you chose for the Avengers Initiative start dying and start dropping like flies? What happens? So we have a possibility at the end of this episode. We have Captain Marvel dropping down for Nick Fury, and she comes to Earth, and we see that there's a possibility that Captain America will be removed from the ice. So we have Captain Marvel and Captain America possibly fighting alongside each other. So I think that's going to be really cool, because there's a different possibility of who will be on this new Avengers team, considering that Tony, Clint, Thor, and Natasha all passed away. So which Avengers will step in? So I think they ended that quite well. This third episode isn't as strong as the second or the first one, but I really liked the possibility of this timeline. Again, I love Hank Pym. I love Scott Lang, the whole Ant-Man clan. So it was really great to just get a slice of them in this episode, and also see what Hank Pym is capable of in his suit. So I think it's always fun when the Ant-Man gang comes to town and we get to see that they're really cool. So please love them. They have so much power and they're so tiny. They're so tiny. They can do everything, literally, and you won't even know. So I'm excited for them in the future. Please love them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can always find me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Tonight, I will be on Movie Files Live. We're going to have a live roundtable discussion. The link is below, so come check us out. I'll talk to you guys next time. Keep watching movies.